Telecaster is surely a fascinating instrument and we already talked about it in this channel. In today's video we're gonna try 4 Telecaster type of guitars in a price range around 500 to 600 euro that I think is quite interesting because you can often find really nice quality instruments for a reasonable price. And of course I ordered these 4 guitars to strumentimusicali.net. Before revealing which guitars I ordered, I invite you to press the like button, ring the bell and subscribe to this channel if you want to support me and making these videos possible. And now let's proceed with the unboxing. The first guitar is a Squire Telecaster in this special 40th anniversary edition. As you can see, the guitar has a really nice aesthetic with this Sherwood green metallic finish, but there's also the black version, both with this aluminum anodized gold pickguard that surely stands out, together with a gold-plated hardware. We also have the binding on the neck that makes this guitar really elegant, I think. The body is in Ignato, that's a wood with similar specs to the mahogany. The neck, of course, is in maple and the fretboard is made of Indian laurel that looks quite good, I have to say, and I actually thought that this one was rosewood. We have vintage style tuners as well as the bridge with the classic 3 saddles setup with the string passing through the body. Pickups are Fender designed Alnico and you can hear them in the next examples. This guitar has the typical Telecaster twang, however I think that the Ignato body is pretty generous regarding low-mid frequencies and gives to this guitar kind of a unique voice. Let's go check out how it behaves with a little bit more gain of the amplifier. And finally, let's turn the gain up a bit more. The second guitar of today is the Sire T7 that many of you asked me to try since the success of the previous models of this brand. This Telecaster model is one of the latest of this brand, and I have to say that it doesn't disappoint. We have a North American alder body, a roasted maple neck with a classic C shape. The radius, like the previous guitar, is a classic 9.5 inches. We have 22 medium jumbo frets, perfectly installed with this roll edge feature in the neck that makes it really comfortable. We have also locking tuners and the classic 3 saddles type of bridge. The pickups are branded by Sire, and you can hear them in the next example. I just want to point out that I will use the same settings for the clean, crunch and lead tones with all the 4 guitars of today. So if you will hear differences in terms of gain or EQ, that will be just because of the guitars. An instrument that for sure has a really nice character. Let's go hear how it behaves with the more crunchy tones of my Marshall DSL. And now let's hear a lead sound using an overdrive as a booster. The third guitar is a FGN Boundary Iliad, made in Japan. All the other guitars of today are made in Indonesia. This instrument has a kind of a different soul, starting from the body wood that this time is basswood, that generally you would find in more modern sounding guitars. The neck is the usual maple with a compound radius of 10 to 14 inches. We have 22 medium jumbo frets with a special treatment called circle fretting system that, if I understood correctly, it basically places the frets in a slightly circular way, so you will have a perfect 90 degrees angle when the string crosses the frets. If you want to know more about that, you can find more information on the FGN official site. Then we have vintage style tuners, a more modern 6 saddles bridge and FGN pickups. As I said before, the guitar has a bit different soul from the others, and I think you can hear what I'm talking about starting from the next example, with a clean tone that I think sounds a little bit more scooped on the mid frequencies compared to a classic Telecaster kind of tone. Also here we can find the typical twang of the Telecaster, but with a less aggressive character. Let me know if you agree with me. Finally, the lead sound, probably one of the best scenarios for this guitar, maybe because of the radius that's flatter, making me play more notes than I actually should. And finally, the last model of today that I kept at last because it has a slightly different concept. This is a Sire T7, but this time in its FM variant with a nice flame top with this gorgeous looking flame veneer. Really nice indeed. We have also tremolo bridge and, as you can see, two humbucker branded by Sire. Surely a more modern guitar, notwithstanding the same alder body and the same maple neck that we have on the single coil version. And here we have, though, a 5-way selector switch that makes this instrument really versatile, that I think it's inspired by some famous expensive LA made guitars. Let's hear the crunch tones of this instrument that are really sweet, a tone that I would describe as warm and juicy. Finally, let's go hear the lead tones that of course will be more compressed and more high gain compared to the other guitars due to the humbucking pickups. here are my final thoughts. These are just my opinions, so let me know if you had the chance to try some of these guitars and if you had a different impression. Starting from the Squire, I have to say that they made a great job regarding the look of this guitar, since it's really gorgeous. Like the other classic vibe guitars that I've tried lately, the feeling is the closest one to a real Fender Telecaster, but it's also a bit hard to play. I have to say that I don't particularly enjoy the pickups of these guitars, since it's not super balanced. The neck pickup sounds way softer than the bridge one. However, if you like the classic vibe series, this one can be a great choice if you want to have a more exclusive edition. The Sire T7, as I was saying, it doesn't disappoint the expectations that I had from this brand. I have to say that as soon as I took out these guitars from the boxes, I was speechless for their looks. Aesthetically, they look like two grand guitars or more. They're simply gorgeous, and also the neck feeling, it's something that you can hardly find in guitars in this price range. For sure, it has a strong character and sounds quite punchy in the mids and high mid frequencies. The pickups are not maybe my favorite, but we're talking about personal preferences. We also have locking tuners, and it really feels like an instrument of an higher price range. Just one more thing, during the test a string simply exploded while I was playing here on the setup, and it's not really smooth, so eventually you will have to smooth it out a bit in order to avoid this problem. Really small flaws that are not changing my mind about this production, and that I think it's stellar in this price range. The FGN actually surprised me because I didn't thought that you could buy a made in Japan instrument in this price range. The neck has a super comfortable shape for my taste. It has a kind of an 80s feeling that I personally really enjoy. Pickups and hardware are not my favorite, but the instrument is really well made, and if this is the quality that you can have in this price range, I can't wait to try the more expensive models. For sure, a great instrument that goes a little bit in a different direction from the classic Telecaster sound and feel. Finally, the T7 FM is aesthetically gorgeous, and also here, for obvious reasons, you will not find the classic 50s Telecaster kind of tone. For me, this guitar is the Sire inspiration from LA guitars like Tom Anderson, so more of a session man kind of guitar with a nice warm character. Of course, I'm talking about an inspiration, since they are completely into different price range. Just one more thing, like the single coil version, the neck is satin on the back and glossy on the fretboard, and maybe this feature is not for everybody's taste. Let me know in the comment section which guitar is your favorite of this test, and also if you had the chance to try some of these ones, what are your impressions about them? I want to thank again strumentimusicali.net that gave me the chance to try these guitars. Of course, you can find all the links in the description down below if you want to know more about prices and availability. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel so you will not miss the next juicy videos that I will upload. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Ciao!